Hey everyone, welcome to the first day of Scratch. What we're going to do today is set up your account and get ready to start creating your first game. So up here in the top right corner, I want you to make sure that you have your username for school. So like mine, it says Kristen Swanigan, has my picture, and it has my school email. You need to make sure that this is not logged into your home account. Okay, then we're going to go join Scratch. I want you to do this even if you've used Scratch before in elementary school. I can't see those accounts, so you need to make an account today with the rest of us. So for your username, we're going to create one that uses a student ID number, and it says username taken, try another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same ID number and put the student's initials at the end. Then for the password, we're going to use the locker combination just like you would to log into your computer. Then we type it again and hit next. We pick our country, which should be the top one on the list. Now for 6th graders, I know most of you are 11, maybe 12, and that's not going to be quite old enough. So we're going to bump that down. 2007 looks good. This student happens to be a male. Now for what's your email, and you'll keep this information private, this is so that if something happens to your password, it can be reset. And your personal or your school email accounts can't actually receive email. So everybody is going to use my school email. Okay, I'm going to leave that up on the screen for a second. Everybody uses that email, so kswangin@sacs.k12.in.us. Okay, and then create account. And then we wait a minute until it's done spinning. So welcome to Scratch. Username. Now logged in, we can start exploring and creating. If we want to share and comment, it sent an email to me, which is what we wanted. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is your dashboard. Okay, you have messages up here at the top where it'll tell you a welcome email, which is great. Welcome. Then we have create, explore, ideas, about. There's our messages. This my stuff folder, that's going to be where anything you create gets saved. And then, of course, this is your profile. This means it's spinning, so Scratch is a little frozen at the moment. We'll fix that. Okay, now that we're logged in, we've made sure that that's your username up in the corner. We're going to go to Create. We're going to start a whole new game to play. So here's your main screen. Over here is the code where you have different drawers. So you have the motion drawer where all of the blocks are blue and they tell you how to make your person move. You've got looks, sounds, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and then my blocks, which is where you can create your own once you get a little more coding under your belt. The second tab is costumes. This is where you can change like what the cat or whatever character you have looks like. It's also where you can rename your characters. And then for sounds, you can actually create your own sounds using Audacity, which we'll get to, and then they can be loaded in here so that your game actually makes noises when you play. This is where you put all of your coding. So like for motion, I would drag and drop it over here. Drag it back over to throw it away. This area here is called the stage, and down here is where all your sprites are going to appear. Okay, then this is where your backdrops show up. So if we didn't want a plain white screen, we could change it to have an Arctic background. So it looks like we can make him go ice skating or something like that. Okay. Once everybody is in this spot, we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, so the first project that we're going to try is to make a story where you'll have multiple characters and the characters are able to speak. Before we can really begin to get an idea of what we want our story to be, you need to know what your possible characters are. So if we click down here on our sprite, It has a little cat head and it says choose sprite, where you can search, paint colors, surprise me with a sprite, and then if you're feeling artistic, you could draw your own sprite and upload it to the computer. For now, we're just going to choose sprite. This gives you every sprite that is currently available in Scratch. So you've got animals, people, fantasy, dance, music, sports, food, fashion, and letters. So let's say if I go through animals, I've got bears, and when you hover, it'll show you the different costumes that the bear has. Or the different bat costumes. Looks like there's about 4. Flying cats, little chickens that like to eat. So I want you to pause the video and take a couple minutes to figure out what you want your story to be based on the characters available.